Afrobeats News people, guys, it's me, Kelvin. Welcome back to Afrobeats News, your number one source for Afrobeats entertainment, and just coming at you. Don't forget, guys, to like and subscribe as well as turn on post notification and stay tuned for more Afrobeats related entertainment and just coming at you. Alright, guys, let me talk about the one and only Mr. P for today. Now, let me start by saying this. Right now, Mr. P is in the US. He's in Las Vegas in particular, and yesterday he had the opportunity to be on a major platform, a major TV station in the States. He was out there and he's promoting his album, the Prodigal album. And guys, I'm going to show you guys the interview, the full interview. But before I go on to show you guys the full interview, let me explain one or two things, right, that was said in the interview. Mr. P address some controversial issues that I think a lot of his fans want to know. Now, Mr. P fans, you guys know the normal now. Mr. P, they carry on and play. Mr. P, they always make sure say bring in fans along. So Mr. P fans, they always come along with everything that Mr. P does. He always try to explain the ins and outs of his doings. Now, if you guys had watched my debate with the one and only High Chief Farah, there were some points I raised in that debate that Mr. P addressed. Now, you guys should know that, first of all, I'm a big fan of both Mr. P and Rude Boy. So that debate was basically just debate. And I had to raise some points and I had to say some things that, definitely on a normal, it's not really like, I'm like that, or I'm against Mr. P. It's just some points I raised. But anyway, Mr. P, being the kind of guy he is, he actually addressed some of those points and made sure that he brought his fans along. The first point that I think that Mr. P talked about was the fact that, he left the group and why he had to leave the group. Now, according to Mr. P, what he had to say about that is that, he's a creative person pretty much. And as a creative person, one of the things that creative people do is that they try to, as much as possible, spread their wings. They try as much as possible to, make sure that they explore, they try new things and all of that. And whenever as a creative person, your wings are being clipped, or you feel like you're not given enough chance to explore and be as creative as you can be, it can really, really do you harm. Really, as a creator, any creator out there or any creative person out there, they would really understand what it means when somebody starts, inhibiting you from being as creative as you are. And that was what Mr. P went through in the group, and Mr. P actually explained that very well. Another point that Mr. P tackled was the fact that he actually featured, people, or a lot of people on, well, not a lot, right? He actually featured people on the album and all of that. Mr. P addressed that by saying this. He said, he had to tap in to the modern sound, the new sound, the hip sound right now. Being an OG in the game, of course, he's been there from right from time now. You guys know that if you're a Mr. P fan, you know that Mr. P has been there from way back, early 2000s. So this guy is an OG for real in the game. But at the same time, one thing I appreciate about Mr. P is that he understands that the sound has changed. And he said that in his interview, and he said the reason why he had to work with a lot of, newer artists, new school cats, was because he wanted to tap into the new sound. And me personally, I respect that. I respect the fact that he understands that music has changed over time, and the newer sound is what people are now used to. And he tried as much as possible to work with these newer artists to make sure that he brings that new sound. Now, another thing I have to point out from this interview is that Mr. P in this interview was very, very modest. The guy was so down to earth. In fact, I have so much respect for him now after this interview, because the way he talked about Singah, he praised Singah to a point that I don't think any other artist in the industry, especially an OG like him, would be willing to give a newer artist the exact amount of credit. Mr. P pretty much said on live TV, and remember, this is national TV, and it's not a national TV in Nigeria, it's in the US. He said on national TV that Singah was responsible for 50% of his album, which, to be honest, I don't believe that one bit. I don't believe that at one bit. I believe Mr. P actually is responsible for about 70% of the album, and maybe Singah can read a little bit, but to show how modest, how down to earth, and how good this guy is as a person, he actually came on live TV and, pretty much gave a relatively unknown artist credit for the album, credit for a lot of work on the album, and is willing to use his platform and his shine to put light on another artist, which I just pretty much respect. Anyway, guys, so much talk on my part. Let me not really go through talking too much about Mr. P. Let me just play you guys a clip so you guys can see for yourself and understand what's going on right now with Mr. P. No much talk, roll the clip.
Welcome back to Black News Tonight. You may know my next guest as part of, half of, in fact, the world-renowned R&B, hip-hop, and yes, y'all, Nigerian Afro beats duo P Square. If y'all in the mix, y'all know that they are legends. Well, Peter Okoye, or Mr. P, as his millions of fans call him, has since gone on to a wildly successful solo career. Currently, the multi-talented and award-winning artist is on tour with a new phenomenal album called The Prodigal. It is fire. Joining me now is the musical guest behind it. It's my pleasure to welcome the one and only Mr. P. It's so good to have you on the show, my brother. What brings you to Las Vegas? I see you out there.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I came into Las Vegas like a few hours ago. It's been amazing. Like everywhere, just I don't know how you guys do it over here, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Vegas is amazing, beautiful.
No, Vegas is amazing, brother. Don't stay too long. If you stay too long, you may never leave, man. It's ain't nothing but trouble there after Monday, brother. Trust me. 3 days, that's enough.
I know.
But you got a new album out.
Just
you got a new album out. Yes, you really do, brother. This new album, it's called The Prodigal, and it is fire, man. I think one of the things I love about it, and it's who you are as a brilliant artist, man. It has a range of soundscapes. I mean, you got dance hall in there, you got pop, you got R&B, and of course, you got Afrobeat. What made you come up with this kind of a project? Why?
Literally, being try to have this transition from being in a group, try to go solo. There should be there's something unique about me that I've never, somehow I've never like explore, or I've never done such before. Like, for example, when I was in the group, there's this thing of there's a limitation where I can't do this and I can do that. Now, me being solo artist, I'm always like, I love Afro hip hop, I love Afro beat, but I infuse a little bit of R&B, pop into it. So when I was doing this album, I worked with the young cats. I'm not gonna lie to you, like the young cats are doing amazing work. Like, we're a legend. We have that. We're already there. But what these young kids, these young cats are coming up with is amazing. So, to be honest with you, on this project, everyone that I worked with, none of them are up to 25, 26 years old. I got different producers, young producers. I got young songwriters. I brought them together. So when you hear my sound, it's more or less like you can hear an old me with a new generation sound put together. Like when you ask me, Peter, what kind of music do you do? I hear people say, oh, I do Afro hip hop, I do hip hop and R&B. For me, I think I do virtually good music.
Well, good music is what we expect from you, and you also do good collaborations, man. Are you working with anybody else on this album or touring with anybody else that we might know?
On this album, like I said earlier, I work with some young kids. Like I have a girl called Simi. She's on the album. I have Tiwa Savage on the album. I have Tenny. I have Tema Braxton. I have Tema Braxton on the album. Yeah, I have Wanda Cole. I have DJ Switch. I have this amazing guy called Singah. I'm not gonna lie. My manager hate me saying this. Singah is some guy I discovered on Instagram, and I signed him up. He wrote virtually 50% of this album. Like I said, I sit back as an OG and allow these young cats to do it because they have this new sound. They have new style of. I mean, these guys, they don't write songs, but they come up with these flows, this rhythm that people like me, because this is my 25-year industry. People like me must have. I don't think like I won't say my time have passed, but I need a new sound, new something fresh. And I brought this guy in to work on my album, and it's been an amazing. And I'm looking forward to his album. His album is coming out next year. Everybody watch out for Singah. You don't want to miss that album.
I don't doubt that. You got another thing coming up too, a reality show. Talk to me about this upcoming show.
Yeah.
What can we look forward to?
A lot have happened in my life, like because my reality TV show is an avenue for me to, tell people what they don't really know about me. I was written off from a group, like they wrote me off. I was insulted. I was marginalized. I was what other word do I use again? Like, but on the reality TV show, one thing about me, I don't like. I love the truth. I'll tell you the truth. My own side. Like it's not just the truth. I will tell you my own faults. Like I'm on that reality TV show. People get to see things that happen behind the scene, within me, my family, and everything that happened. But
I think we're losing.
I started shooting this show, immediately me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. Go ahead, brother. All right, brother. I think your video is cutting out, brother. Everybody, make sure you check out. We gotta go, but everybody, check out Mr. P's album. It's called The Prodigal. It's available everywhere where you stream and buy your music. I apologize for the video cut off there. We were having a little bit of a problem because of the storm on the West Coast. Everybody, thank you, Mr. P. Everybody, stay with me and be sure to join the conversation.
So tell me, guys, what do you guys think about the interview? Do you think that this interview actually made Mr. P look good? And aside from that, do you think Mr. P is actually doing the right thing? The way he's pushing this album right now, he's going to the US, he's about to get fully into his US tour and all of that. Do you think this would actually help his album? Anyway, guys, shout out to Mr. P's fans. Shout out to Mr. P himself. Don't forget, guys, to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and stay tuned for more Afrobeats related entertainment and just coming at you. I'm also now, guys. Peace.